Hello, everybody, and welcome to Call Time, a theater pod, where every role in theater matters. This is the space where we can talk about it all, where we can laugh, learn, and sometimes call out the chaos. So sign in on the sheet, cause it's call time. My name is Marissa Helene Mast, and I am your hostess with the mostest. And today we are doing another Marquee Moment, which is where we highlight and showcase a show, a project, an experience that deserves to be on your radar. So take your seats, take a sip out of that very overpriced intermission cup that is absolutely worth the time and investment because y'all should be hydrating more. Let's be honest. Have you actually had any water today? Anyway, so we're here. We are here to talk to the wonderful team behind the brand new adaptation of a book that is beloved by, if not all, then it should be all. The Scarlet Letter, a new musical. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Sorry, I waved right in front of your face. That was so rude. I'm so sorry.
Hi, I'm Kenady Sean, and I'm one of the writers of the Scarlet Letter Musical.
And I'm Christine Handjones. I'm one of the other writers of the Scarlet Letter Musical.
I'm Brigitte Wilson. I play Mistress Hibbins in the show.
I'm benmeaders, and I play Arthur Dimsdale.
And I'm Lexi Nieto, and I'm playing Hester Prynne.
What a gang, am I right?
What a gang!
What a gang! I read the Scarlet Letter in school, but I know that there are people that did not. What is the Scarlet Letter? As briefly as you can for English classes all over the world.
The Scarlet Letter, in brief, is a novel by Nathaniel Hawthorne about a woman who has a child out of wedlock in Puritan New England, and as part of her penance for that, she has to wear a scarlet letter A for adulteress to kind of pay for her sin. Meanwhile, her baby daddy is hiding, and her ex-husband shows up, and drama. That's it.
In a nutshell.
And then drama.
That's it.
And then drama.
That's
the book. That's the book intro. Yeah.
Word for word book intro.
Yeah, that's what's
I want
on
to
the
read it
sleeve.
again.
And then ... in its own paragraph in all caps, drama.
Drama.
Well, I love it. So, what inspired this adaptation overall?
So that was actually my fault. I remembered the book from school. My day job is being a worship leader, so I'm well acquainted with church. And I call myself a recovering legalist. I think that's probably what drew me to the love, because it's kind of criticizing legalism and criticizing this Puritan town. And so I think it's a healing experience for me of going, oh, there's mercy. There's mercy and grace. So I thought, oh, well, this might make a great musical. And you know who I know? I know this Dr. Jones, who taught my songwriting class, but was also a literature teacher, and I think she might want to write this with me. And I was crazy enough to ask, and she was also super crazy enough to say yes. And that is what started this whole mess.
There's nothing like being a little crazy to make a musical, and so I understand.
You have to be, I feel that is necessary.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I feel. In order to express hysteria, we must feel hysteria.
Ooh.
Speak
Put that on a shirt.
New merch item drop.
Yeah.
There you go.
So my performers, my actors in this piece, what drew you to be a part of it?
I think the thing that drew me to this the most was the team. Getting to work with musicalwriters.com, which is the group that's producing this show. That they're a group that I have only been working with for about a year and some change now, but all of my time there has been so fulfilling to get to work on new musicals and getting to work hand in hand with the writers to put on first or second productions of a show. It's something completely different than what I thought I wanted to do. I used to tell everybody that I was in musical theater just so that I could play the hits and have fun and then go home. But after a year and a half of that, figured it'd be fun to do something new. So after dipping my foot in the water with musical writers last January, I've sort of been locked in on trying to do as many projects with them as I possibly could.
I think my favorite part about it is getting to work with new writers, and then like watching them watch their work come to life. Like we did like a little bit of a run through scene through the other day, and I like got to watch Kenady, and I'm sorry I was staring you down, but like it was so sweet to watch like the different emotions come over her, and her like take notes about things that she liked or things that she maybe was wanting to change. So it was very fun to like, it's always been very fun for me to watch that process for the creators ultimately. We have an all-femme creative team as well, so that's really important to me. Very, female empowerment, we love that.
Rad.
And then on top of it, I am a giant book nerd. Anything that is literature related, I'm in. You can't say no to me because I'm gonna do it. And I read the Scarlet Letter twice in school, so once for school and once for funsies because I'm that kid. So so I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, I feel like I'm I think we're equally fresh. I don't want to say the freshest of the bunch because I knew that it was a thing that y'all had done because I had been in the musical writers sphere when y'all did the Green Room concert. So I remember seeing that on like social media. I was like, oh my God, that's really cool. And then I also do graphic design for musical writers, so I had to be kind of aware of that it was happening, and I knew that it was going to be the project that she kept teasing was going to be starting in Dallas and then move to New York for a festival. And that was really what I was like, oh, this is definitely something I'd like to be a part of as a person who is kind of going back and forth between Dallas and New York. I didn't think that I would be particularly like in it once I knew that that was the show that we were doing. Cause I was like, oh, this is a very serious thing. I'm sure they're going to have a very beautiful, talented woman that they've already had do the show before. When Rebecca was like, I think I want to have you as Hester. I was like, hey, are you sure? Because I am this way, as you can see. I'm a little goober boy. So it's been very exciting to do something that is so different from what I am used to. Like even more so than the show we met doing, which and Brigitte too, was Getting Through April by Elle Tyler. That was another new musical. There were still lighthearted moments, and there are some in this show too. But this is like you had a child and you were in jail and you thought your husband was dead, but he's not, and we're in Puritan New England and everybody wants you to die. It's like it's very different. It's very different, but it's been very exciting to not only do it and then feel good about myself, but also have really, really kind feedback from everybody. So it's been sick.
That's absolutely fantastic. Also, just as a side note, from one goober to another, like, listen, you're right where you need to be. That's why people love us. That's why
she doesn't give herself enough credit. She's one of the most talented humans I've ever worked with.
Absolutely.
Listen, I saw the post from today. And I went,
crazy.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Right? She is talented and beautiful.
Immediate share on our story.
Yeah.
And she's humble, folks. Oh my God, humble. So overall, though, based on what I've seen on your socials and from what we're talking about here, what makes this adaptation different?
Yes. So we did mention our all-femme creative team, and as writers, we're both females. And so we come at this story from a very unique perspective. And I think that drove us to really highlight all of the female roles in the novel. Also, if you've read the book, there's like this really long narrator chapter at the beginning about this guy that's narrating. Yeah, we took him out and put a female in its place.
Let's go.
And so that was one of the things we did first. And then we have this beautiful arch about women helping other women. But not everybody knows, but Nathaniel Hawthorne was actually a proto-feminist. So some of these things were already in there. We just got to highlight them and bring them up. And then it's cool because now we have 3 female ensemble members, and we've gotten to write kind of an arc for each one of them and how they kind of find redemption out of the shame and they find freedom in the light. And so that's some of the ways.
When Kenady first approached me, I had not even read The Scarlet Letter, which is kind of nuts. I had started it, but it was never assigned to me in school, and somehow I missed it. So I really had, I think what a lot of people have this impression that it's just this dreary Puritan story, and it's just kind of about hypocrisy, and that's it. So I had this really limited view of the story. And then when I started reading, I was so surprised by the beauty in it, these sort of threads of light that get woven throughout, the way that Hester Prynne, because Hester and her daughter Pearl they almost have this kind of guileless, radical self-acceptance that allows them to experience freedom in a way that the other characters never find. And I think that's special. And so we took that and ran with it and made that freedom something that connects to all the other women in the story, so that at the end you get this community of women who are helping each other.
Yeah. Wonderful. I feel like you guys are giving it the lens that it needs in order for these messages to become a little clearer.
I'm just afraid to read the book now.
Yeah, right?
Because like I'm having moments in rehearsals where I'm connecting the dots of themes that Kenady and Christine are like weaving into the songs, and hearing the same lines from different characters and finding out what that means from their perspective compared to what it means from who originally said it. I'm picking up on these things, and I was like, man, Nathaniel Hawthorne must have had it. And it's like, wait, maybe he certainly had it, but maybe he was missing.
He didn't have this.
He didn't have the special
He didn't have
sauce.
the sauce.
No,
Yeah.
That's right.
Nope.
He didn't have the sauce. He didn't have singing, so that's a big.
Singing is a big part.
didn't have
But actually,
music.
Ben, I think you'll be surprised, because what I think is cool about the interpretive process is it sort of is recursive. So it's not just like a straight line; it goes back on itself. So you go back to the book, and you're going to be bringing all of this to the text, and I think you'll like it. I think you'll be surprised.
That being said, what has the overall process been creating this from then to now?
So I asked Christine, and she said yes. and that
that's
was
it.
Hooray, here we
That
are.
was in
yes.
that was in
And then
2018.
it was an overnight success, but
Oh.
no, it was 8 years ago. So for the last 8 years, we have been writing and rewriting. It took us about 2 years to finish the first draft, and what that kind of looked like was, hey, there's a song here, I'll write it, or hey, there's a song here, Christine, you write it. Our unique collaborative process is that we have been 50-50 all the way. So there's lines that I cannot remember who wrote, or I might have started writing them and then Christine finessed them and then I picked them up again, and then now it's just ours and we're not sure. There's also been songs like that, which has been really cool. I've worked with a lot of different collaborators, but one of my favorite parts is that we can do that so seamlessly, and the music that we write together is actually, I think, some of the best songs in the show is the ones that we're not sure exactly who wrote it. But we did that a lot, and then we had sent it to a dramaturg, which is like a script doctor, and the dramaturg was like, hey, so Nathaniel Hawthorne left these holes. You can't leave these plot holes. You have to decide what these are, and really gave us kind of permission to, I think, put on our adaptation hat on, because at first it was just like, here's the story, blah. And then that was really when it turned a corner and became, okay, that's Nathaniel's story. I think can I call him by his first name?
I think you can.
I think you're on a
Okay.
first name basis at this point.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Hawthorne was his father. It's okay.
Yeah.
So Nathaniel, right, started here, and then we could say, okay, no, this is what we're going to say. And I really think that's where it turned the corner. And then that really started with going, okay, now that we have this, we need to get it on its feet, because as you know, theater is a live medium and embodies an in person. And we just kept going, okay, we need to get it on its feet. We need to get it on its feet. And so in 2023, the Table Collab, which was produced by Sarah Powell, who's actually in the show now, which was really crazy, and now produces She DFW with Rebecca. So it's a circle of women in the DFW community that have taken care of the show about a community of women. So it's meta. But
Amazing.
we did the little workshop kind of staged reading thing. And in 2023, we went to New York and did a concert reading in 2024. And then from then on, we've just like, got to get it on its feet. We got to get it on its feet. And so then this opportunity came up in New York City, and I pitched it to Rebecca and said, hey, do you want to do a DFW to New York thing? And she said yes, and here we are.
BLESSICA. We love this journey of work. Everything aligns in a way that it needs to. And look at y'all now, and I'm like beaming. I'm like already like I'm so pumped and proud. Like
Oh man.
Sweet.
So I want to know from everybody. Obviously, this is a very in-depth piece of work and everything that you've done to kind of create this lens. And what have you learned about yourself through this piece?
I am far too much like the character that I play in the sense. The fact so Mistress Hibbins she's like the perceived witch, right, of this town. She's kind of an outcast. She's kind of pushed away from societal norms, but at the same time is a widow of somebody who's high enough rank that she still gets to like have the power and be in society and not be completely ostracized and taken down, which is crazy. But for me, going through this role and learning more, like having to revisit the text from years and years prior and learning more about her, because I don't think I ever really focused on her as much as I did like Hester and Pearl and Dimmesdale. Like I got to put a little bit of focus on her. And like, if you know me as a person, I do not necessarily fall into step with societal norms in general. I am a little bit of a rebellious kind of gal. I don't care too much about what people think of me, and I feel like that is very much her in many, many ways. She's also a little bit of like the levity in the show, despite the fact that she represents like darkness in a way. She just has some really quippy things that she says that you're just like, oh, that's funny. Like that's a little petty. Like, okay, okay. She doesn't care. And I've loved that about it. It gets me a little bit back to like more of like a character actress roots. That's the stuff that I always enjoyed doing. And she is that to me. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Amazing. I am obsessed with that, not just as a witchy woman, but also a character actor. So I can appreciate that.
A double whammy
on my cuffs right now. Like,
yes, embodiment.
I think something that I've learned a lot about, or like something that's challenged me a lot with this piece is, much like Lexi, a lot of the roles that I've succeeded in, at least in my mind, are very cartoonish, very funny, very over the top. I throwing my body around and looking as weird as possible, and that is not Dimmesdale. Mostly due to the fact that he is nursing a wound for most of the show and having to find a way to exhibit pieces of this character with as little physical motion as possible, and like with someone in such weak health. Is a challenge that I've never really taken on. For me, the answer has always been louder and sillier, and never bring it in and then allow him to become loud through song. So it's these moments between songs where he's resigned and trying to hide his guilt and hide literally a physical ailment that I'm having a lot of trouble with, but I'm learning a lot about myself as a performer through it.
Well, as a writer, of course, like the work lives in you for so long. I have said writing is as much a part of you as it is apart from you. And there's this beautiful dichotomy of the characters that live in your heart, but now are like outside, like your children that went off to college. Yeah. But I think writing it, I reference like the recovering legalist in my church background, and I think when I was writing it, that's what really drew me to the character of Dimmesdale. I think other adaptations are very critical of Dimmesdale, but because someone who's struggled with that shame and guilt myself, I think I was a little bit more sympathetic. But now, as a mother, I think I'm a little bit like, oh, Dimmesdale, why are you taking care of your child? And then it resonated more with Hester of like just this woman, and we wrote this song about the baby cries before I understood the baby cry hysteria thing. And it was kind of affirming because I thought, well, we didn't know. And then we wrote it and I'm like, it's accurate. You know, it is accurate. And I think I can kind of empathize with Hester a little bit more now as well.
That's so cool, Kennedy. I've been thinking about that lately, that when we started this journey, you were single and you did not have a child, and now you are married and you have a baby, and your life is really different than when we started. And it's pretty cool that you can now go, yeah, the baby cries. I understand that. What I've learned about myself through this is how to be braver, because Kennedy is a really fearless writer and creator. She's so brave. So, and she's taught me how to be a braver writer.
I've learned a lot of things, but and it's my answers are so much less like artsy and a little bit more boring, because I was like,
That's
I
fine.
learned that I need to spend more money on voice lessons because I want to do these songs justice and sing them healthily, because these are such like kind of guttural songs. They're coming from her gut, because it's just literally, there's stage directions of like she laughs into a sob, she wails with the child. Like, it's a lot of like what could turn into yelling, and that's just, as a performer, that's not safe. I'm going to hurt my throat. So just learning and really honing in on that skill of knowing how to safely portray it while still, wanting it to be authentic, and I'm still feeling a certain way, but without doing anything that's going to sacrifice the quality of the performance at the end of the day. So I guess that's sort of like I'm in the middle of like, I knew that that's like a thing that people did, but it's just kind of, I don't know. This is the first time that I'm really committing to putting energy towards that specific skill.
Well, and something I highlighted in the video about Lexi is I feel like her acting comes from such a genuine, authentic place. So I would understand that if you're performing, I don't know, 20,000 songs that are all like screaming, right, and also wailing, that would be like, okay, how do we practically do this by having this genuine emotion that's driving in my heart?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the fact that you're also striving for like to be able to be authentic while still sustaining your health mentally,
Right.
physically, emotionally, that's also an incredible feat to go through. So like, snaps on that.
Yeah.
Snaps to all.
trying, we're
Honestly,
trying.
snaps to all of you for doing this and for creating this and bringing this out and into our world this time. Once again, we're all gonna go all around in the circle or the square that is on my screen, and I want us all to stare down the camera, and I want you to manifest the future of the Scarlet Letter Musical.
We should just have the most audacious hopes for this musical. So there's so many ways this could go, but I will go with every high school will perform this as their like senior musical.
Yes.
Yeah,
Attainable.
the Baby Cries is going to go triple platinum at Thespians.
Oh my god. No, let's be so real. All are welcome. Welcome.
Oh, yeah, large group
Triple.
musical. Large group musical of all the girlies singing All Are Welcome, the finale of the show.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh my
okay.
god. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I want it to be on Broadway and recoup like The Outsiders did. That's what I want.
Ooh. Okay, so the Scarlet Letter will be the next or another to the same caliber of The Outsiders.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
like it.
And they won the Tonys, so hey.
They did.
Mhm.
They did surely win Best
Tony.
Musical.
And Broadway.
It feels
See-
very literary adaptation of a musical. It feels very Great Gatsby, where you also have someone in the lead position singing songs that seem entirely impossible to sing.
We
and
should have
then
Jeremy Jordan sing.
As Hester.
Jeremy
about
Jordan.
that?
Jeremy
Hester
Jordan should
Prynne.
play Hester Prynne.
If
Yes.
he could be
Perfect.
a baritone for Floyd Collins, he can also be a mezzo.
Yeah.
Not
You
to
are
steal your
correct.
job, Ben. Not to steal your job.
Oh no, not stealing it. Stealing mine.
No.
Can you imagine? That like defeats the whole purpose of the show. Let's get a man to play this incredibly feminist role. Perfect. Honestly, that's I wouldn't be surprised. Be like, hey, yeah. Yep. All right.
I love a big dream and a big goal, but I'm also a very practical person in a lot of ways. And to me, success is not always just defined by like the highest peak that you can get to. Like, yes, Broadway for a lot of people is the end all be all. To me, for an actor, for an industry that is so huge on rejection and having to be okay with rejection, to me success has always been getting to do the art and continue it in any format and any stage. If I can change the life of one person in the audience or inspire one kid to start singing more or anything like that, that's it for me. So for Scarlet Letter, I really, really want to manifest just longevity for it in whatever form it wants to take.
Yes.
I love that.
Absolutely. And so my manifestation for the Scarlet Letter is starting, of course, with I manifest that y'all will sell out every performance. Every single one of
Hey,
them.
that'll make my boss real happy.
Yeah.
So we'll give a double down on that one.
I manifest it. You will sell out every performance. I manifest a cast album. I manifest it getting as many streams and downloads as possible. I manifest. See, now I'm just thinking about Jeremy Jordan, but I manifest that Jeremy
I'm so
Jordan.
sorry.
We all are.
I did not attempt to do that.
I
but-
manifest.
Damn it, Jeremy Jordan!
I do manifest though that. You know what? I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna manifest that Jeremy Jordan is going to somehow, like, not even just he is going to know about this show and make everyone obsessed with it.
Ooh,
I think
okay.
that-
He could at least throw a little coin their way, you know?
Right.
Maybe
Honestly,
we just
even
hope
further.
and pray he hears this podcast
Yeah.
right now.
Jeremy Jordan, if you are watching and listening to this podcast, wow, thank you so much for listening and seeing this podcast.
Hi,
It
we
is-
love you.
Thank you for being in the cream cheese and for existing, and thank you for your existence. Anyway, love has been hotel.
Yes, I was gonna say.
it's so
Yes.
But point being is I manifest the ultimate for all of you because you deserve that success for the amount of work and heart that has been put into the Scarlet Letter. You deserve to see your success come to fruition. And with that, I say, it is written. It is absolutely written. I will be putting one of my luck spells on it after we wrap.
Yeah.
It is written, and
Somehow-
I am very, very excited to see how this all develops. And I think my question to kind of bring everything together is, how can we keep up with all of the things that are going on? Where can we see this? What is the timeline? What's happening with the Scarlet Letter?
So first, if you're in the Dallas, Texas area, we are going to be April 9th through 18th at the Rosewood Center for Family Arts. So you should buy some tickets.
2
If
weekends.
you're in the NYC tri-state area, we will be there on April 25th at the Ta-Da Theater at 9 p.m. So you should buy your tickets there through the Spark Festival. If that is neither of you, reach out to me and we may or may not be having kind of a recording that we could send you. But I want that to happen. But the more of you that ask for it, I bet that makes that sure that that will happen. But all that information is at musicalwriters.com/The Scarlet Letter Musical with underscores in between.
Fan-freaking-tastic. All of that information is going to be on screen and in the description box below. I want to thank y'all so much for being here, and I am so excited to see how it all develops. I'm going to, I say this here, I'm going to try my darndest to come to the NYC production because I would love to see it and just obsess over it. As always, you'll just hear that one person in the audience just be like, yay! That'll be me. And I hope y'all get a chance to go and see this as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I want to thank all of you so much for tuning in and signing in on the call sheet for Call Time at Theater Pod, Marquee Moment. My name is Marissa Helene Mast. You are the audience. Bye now.
Bye.